this is my concern. Um, Meron nakalagay doon that may mga write-ups that I've been reading that yung coaches should be approved by Phenom. Merong ganon that they're looking at si Phenom and the rest
So
of the players.
sorry, just to clarify that, Benny, because I have spoken with Phenom about this topic.
Mm,
They want it on the record na it's not that way. It's not
mm,
na kami dapat pipili yung coach. Hindi sila
mm,
parang clutch Rich Paul style na they want to.
mm,
It's
ah,
more of we want to know who the coach is,
mm,
because who they hire will determine where we want our players to develop. Now, some
ah,
people might say that's just a formal way of saying gusto namin kaming pumili ng coach, but if the main job of a sports agency is to think of what's best for its players, it does make sense to say na parang yeah, I mean our players have like for example, John Abate, he could go MPBL. Diba? He has offers to go MPBL. Like we said,
mm.
Precious has the opportunity to go to another school. So for them, it's like if you're gonna pick a coach that we don't see our players growing as basketball players under, then we might look the other way. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. It does from a business point of view. It does, but I think this takes away amateurism, pa Nave. But this is above everyone else's. Okay. I mean, the challenge right now, kasi it's good that you cleared that statement. Is that regardless of whether they are involved in it or anuman level of involvement that they have, I think it's very concerning for college basketball that there's a group that's already deciding on whatever's going to happen for certain group of players for certain school. This is concerning because this shouldn't be the case. Diba? Ideally, it should be the school deciding outside of any external factors. Diba? Because it's their players. But the problem is that the industry or college basketball in general has shaped the situation to be this way that right now schools are are in the situation where they are beholden in some way, diba? And that's concerning because it takes away the pure amateurism of the sport. Um, Now, like, then it pressed in the middle would now be players like Abe, Momue, because they are the performers. So on one hand, 'di ba, they determine the destination of the school. But on the other hand, they know and they recognize where they can be at some point. So they need that business aspect, 'di ba? So I'm in a quandary talaga. Hindi ko to me kasi it's not an issue of how what I feel about a certain player and what I could think for him if I were in his position. It's really more to me more of the industry or more of the basketball community in general that I'm concerned about because that determines where we are as a league and how we will position ourselves. 'Di ba? Kasi at the end of the day to me it's Precious Momo might be just one personality or Jana Bate is a one may just be one personality but he's part of a bigger whole that is stakeholder namin as a liga. So I'm speaking with my Pinoy Liga Cup hat. And the more that things like this happen, the more that I feel like ang natatalo dito yung eskwelahan. Kahit nasabihin na natin sila yung may PC kasi people don't understand that more often than not and in this day and age of college basketball programs, it's not actually the school that that shells out a lot of money. It's
It's
actually
a
the
backer.
it's the
Yeah.
backer, it's the management team that is behind everything. They're the hand that moves behind it. And that moving behind it, that's it's not just the backers or the business behind it but also the agents. So now nandito na silang dalawa sa likod. The schools naman, okay, ang sinasabi na okay, give us the best talent, support us. Kasi at the end of the day, the mandate of the basketball team na is to be a marketing arm. Just like the PBA. Kasi ang
Mm.
pinaka-mandate dapat, ang pinaka-mandato talaga ng mga student athletes and the school program, especially the ones that are popular, is to induce enrollment. Kasi to me as a school administrator, ang goal ko, sige maglaro ka. Be in the NCAA, in the UAAP, be seen there because I want you to expand my enrollment from 1,000 to 2,000 year on year. Yun eh. That's the
But
business side of schools eh.
but see, Benny, if that's the goal of the school to get more enrollment using your context, 'di ba? And enrollment leads to profit for the schools, at least most of them, then doesn't it make even more sense for the player to say, "Oh sige, I'll take the school that gives me the highest offer because if kayo naman magmo-monetize sa amin and we're the ones sacrificing our body and our windows to monetize since the career spans of basketball players are short, doesn't it make more sense to monetize early as well for us?"
If they're thinking from a monetary point of view, pero you have to look back at the very basic of student athletes eh. Student first. Yun nga yung problema, Nav eh. Kasi ang problema kasi dyan, Nav, is that um, this has become different already.
Mm.
Diba? Babalik tayo sa bakit nga ba sila? Student athletes sila eh. So ibig sabihin, they were, at the purest form, taken in by the school as student first.
But even students can make profit, diba? Or can make money. Because like when I was a student in college, for example, I had a side project like like a racket because I needed the money to go out with friends, to go out with with family obviously, libre ka ng parents mo most of the time, but to go out with friends or kung gusto ko bumili ng bagong sapatos, right? I mean, it may I guess to me, the way I see it is because I understand also the perspective of okay, student athlete ka, it's about your studies first, you worry about the money later. But I just feel that we're kind of distancing ourselves from that thinking now to give the students more opportunities to earn while their health is at prime shape. Because again, I go back and I've mentioned this in a few podcast episodes, but again, I go back na to thinking if leagues make money off the players through merchandising sales, ticket sales, commercialization from sponsors and whatnot, I don't mind them getting like a piece of the pie.
Agree, agree. Wala naman tayong question doon, Nave. But the challenge kasi with that is that it has to be articulated and it has to be in the context of unahin muna natin bakit kayo nandyan. Kasi there's a platform for that, Navs eh. It's called the pros. 'Di ba? It's called MPBL and it's called PBA. So, yung at the purest form na ba, the objective of being at the college level is actually not to earn. Purest. I'm not gonna put it in the context of you earning as a student and as a person. It's you being taken by the school to be a student athlete. Your role right now is to be a student and an athlete.
But
Now,
can't
if
you
you
be both while still making money?
but you have to put it again in the context of you being a basketball player eh. 'Di ba? Ang sa
Yeah,
akin kasi
yeah, but like no, okay, go on. Pero basically what I was thinking lang is I can fulfill my duties as a student by passing grades, getting passing grades, and also by being an athlete, by doing what my coaches ask of me, and by being in practices and by being at the games. And if I can make money while doing that also, why not? Diba?
totoo yun. Puwede naman yun, Nav, eh. Actually, kaya nga there was a period in our lives when si NCAA and UAAP after their season, there's something called the PBL. During
Yeah,
that
which
time,
is
ito yung
essentially
mga
what the MPBL is now. If
oo,
we're,
'di ba?
diba?
Kaya nga
Oh.
times have changed, Nav, eh. Ang concern mo kasi diyan ngayon is that you have to go at where these kids are now. Kasi nga 'di ba, yung konteksto natin is that kinuha natin sila para maglaro at maging estudyante. So yun yung nangyayari ngayon diyan kasi hindi pa natin nilalagay yung third filter which is okay while you're doing that you could earn kasi nilagyan na rin na nga naman dato ni ni UAP at saka ni NC yung yung allowable allowances. In fact, when I was
Mm-hmm.
an athlete before, nung high school ako, syempre we get a little sa San Beda, when I was a football player, I get yung mga requisition. That's just, you being technically being paid for playing football, So, ang point ko lang is that when you're playing for the school, you kind of have to go to that first filter time and time again, that you're student athlete ka. 'Di ba? Kasi ang concern ko lang is that's not the reality that we're working on right now, Nave. And ako, doon lang ako concerned. Kasi ang concern ko is nag-accelerate tayo papunta doon sa direction of commercialism already. So it's gonna be bad for us at some point because it will be an accepted norm already. Eh ako naman, I'm being a realist on this, I'm not expecting things to go back the way they were. I understand where you're coming from, napapunta na tayo dun, eh. In fact, the age these days, yung millennial set at saka yung Gen Z set, they're going into gig economy. In fact, I realized that already when I was starting my own entrepreneurial journey a decade ago. Okay yun. Pero in this context, as basketball player playing for college teams, I think you have to go to the purest forms, which is diyan ka muna, 'di ba? Kaya nga ako, I go back to what I mentioned earlier, concerning for me. 'Di ba? Kasi nga lang, dun sa likod nun, there's gonna be the backer, there's gonna be the agents, and that's the reality that we're facing right now. I'm not saying that parang tipong nandito ako to slay you guys and to break that industry. No. It's the reality, eh. At sa akin lang, kumbaga, hangga't kaya nating ibalik yung konteksto na athlete ka, estudyante ka, at least at that level, And then after that, yung when I say at that level, yung naglalaro ka sa UAAP, sa NCAA, then sana mabalik, 'di ba? I'm not trying to really change what's the norm right now, but I hope that kahit papaano mo nababalik-balikan lang yung kontekstong 'yun. Parang gano'n. Something like that.
I agree with you in terms of the purity aspect of it. We might be losing what made college basketball so pure in its authentic and genuine form from generations ago. I think ultimately, though, things just change, and with change comes your option to adapt to the changes or to be left behind by some of the new traditions. And I think this is just the path that we're going to right now, where college student athletes now I feel are more educated than ever before because they have the avenues to educate themselves in terms of what their rights are. Back in the day, these student athletes didn't know what power they had, or they didn't feel like they had a say in the matter. I mean, yes, they get to pick which school to commit to, but after you commit to a school, it's like, okay, you're under the control of the coach and that school system,
Mm.
right? But now they know their options, and when you know your options, that ends up sometimes opening different doors of possibilities. But this is a great conversation, and I feel that it's something that's going to keep progressing and something
Yeah.
people are